Tis the season for tomatoes. So today I'm going to can some. Let me show you what you need. Okay, here I have a big bowl. I have washed basil, mason jars covers. I have the jars all washed and prepped. And I have the tomatoes all washed. Now we're going to cut them. Okay, first of all, take the little top off, and I cut them like this. Check if they're good inside, and start cutting them in pieces, seeds and all like that. Almost done. Now, you could also, just after you cut these like this, you could also put them in Ziploc bags and freeze them. And when you need a nice sauce during the winter, you have it. Okay, so here we go. We have all this cut up. So now what you need to do is get a dish, put the jar in there. Also put salt over all these tomatoes. You can also add garlic. I like to do it plain because what if I'm making a casserole that doesn't require garlic? So I do it plain. Okay. Now you mix them. Okay. And you start putting them in the jars, just like that. Fill up the jar. In the middle of it, put a nice basil. Fill it up nicely. And you can also make peeled tomatoes. What you do, you wash them, put them in a pot with water. Let it boil just a little bit until the skin gets mushy. Then take them out, peel the skin off, and put them in the jars like this. And then you gotta boil the jars. Okay, see, this is done. Here we go. You could have this all year round. Now these get to boil. Okay, so far I got 3 jars out of these. Again, more tomatoes and put them in. Also went to get a pepper. So I'll show you what I'm gonna do with this. Okay, got 4 jars out of it. Now what I'm gonna do with that pepper is this. I'm going to add it in here. And in the winter time, if I need a casserole that requires peppers and tomatoes, I have the jar with it both together, and you just cook it. And it will smell really, really nice. My mother used to do it, and it comes in very handy in the winter time. Okay, here we go. So we got 1 pepper in here. Let's put another one. Now with the peppers, that's where you may put some garlic. And you can put garlic all over if you want. Okay, so now you just mix everything together. You start putting them in the jar with also the basil. Don't ever forget the basil. The salt is already in here. As you can see, they fill up really quick, and the juice, you put it in here as well. Okay, so we have total of 6. So the rest of the little basil that I have, we're just going to put it on top. Okay. Now, dry this around it. and put the cover on it. Okay, they're all sealed. Now I'm going to get a big pot. Make sure you tighten them nicely. A big pot, and we're going to boil them. Okay, at the bottom of the pot, I usually put a cloth. Then I place these upside down. Look how pretty these are with the peppers. And now we fill it up with water. Cold water all the way to the top. Okay, and now I'm going to cover it with another cloth, towel, whatever you want to cover it with. And I put the cover on it. That, and we let it boil for about an hour or two, medium heat. Now we leave it to boil for an hour and a half, like I said, and then we're going to show you what they look like. Okay, this is what it will look like. Now this is still from last year. This is without the peppers, but this is what's going to look like. Then when you want to make sauce, you just open it up and you make regular sauce like you want. If you don't like the skins, just crush it or peel them off once you take them out because they're boiled. So this is perfect. This just has salt and basil in here from last year. Okay, have fun making them if you do. Good luck.